Hello and welcome to Edukemy's YouTube channel. My name is Harsh Singh and in this video we shall discuss the feature news for today, 21st of December 2021. Today's feature news is on a hotly debated topic, a topic that has been debated not only in the parliament and beyond, but also in this community. A lot of people are talking about what should be the ideal age of marriage, right? Should the bottom line be placed at the age of 18 itself, or should it be increased to 21? People have forwarded various arguments, and so have different contributors here as well. So let us understand in detail what should be the age of marriage, and is this legislation which has now been put in the parliament, right, and lately today itself under the standing committee for its recommendations to be passed, what is the issue about this age of marriage? Is 18 sufficient, good enough, or should it be raised to 21? What is the reason? What is the rationale behind government's efforts of increasing this minimum age? Alongside, we should also understand what is the counter perspective. Why is the debate against raising this age? And what is beyond this? What beyond the age factor? And this is the reason I have asked you guys this question. People who are online, I'm seeing varied perspective, but largely it is focused only on why 18 and why 21. As that is the reason I asked this question purposefully. Let me tell you, we should go beyond whether it is 18 or 21. As a person who is an administrator, a future bureaucrat, what you should be looking at is, even if it is 18, even if it is 21 or it is 23, the idea should be the progress of women. The idea should be giving them equitable or equal treatment, equitable treatment in society, empowering them. This should be the idea. So this is the vision for which we are working. And for that, if there is a political debate happening, one can actually choose their words very wisely here, because as an administrator, we will not try to create conflicts. We will try to resolve conflicts, right? So let me explain to you various perspectives of this so that you understand what are the issues and the counter issues about it. Okay. I have read most of your comments and I understand what you are talking of. This is widely debated and talked about. Babani says, let's wait and welcome the comment of Harsh sir on this complex issue. My personal comments, I will never give you my personal comments. Similarly, and none of you should be giving your personal comments. We should be looking at the rational grounds for an act like this to be passed or not passed, right? We should be looking only at the rational grounds. Please do remember that, right? So let's begin this conversation. All right. Yes, Ashish says anemia contributes. Then we also had Chetanshi. She was speaking about some issues related to the age, the right age for one to have childbirth. So let us understand the age of marriage. See, I will provide counter arguments to each of your points. If you say 21 is the right age, I might provide a counter argument to it. This is what the fraternity is doing, debating this event. But we are not looking at the fact that whatever be the age, even if it is 81 or 21, we are looking at the health of the mother, right? New mother. So, or the health, or the their self-dependence, their economic capacity, their education. So let us try to understand this article in details. See, the new bill has said that the marriage age for females, the threshold beyond which they should get married, should not be 18, it should become 21. In the year 1978, an act was passed to raise the marriage age from 15 years for women to 18 years and from 18 to 21 for males, right? It was passed. But do you think that this legislation enabled that people actually marry at 18 and 21? That is not true. That is just not true. Many people still married below the age, the threshold age. Do you think that this legislation will provide the solution for females then? No, it will not. There is statistics to prove that many of the states in our country, they have their females, the child gets married, child marriages happen. In COVID times, child marriages have increased. This reflects the mentality. This reflects the mentality of our traditional Indian society, that the society, it is not about customs and religion. It is about the traditional mentality of society that female is treated as a burden, right? When the schools got closed, when there was less economy in the system, okay, let's get her married increase in child marriages happened during COVID times in the last 1.5 to 2 years. And that is the reason that, we understand that female are treated as liability traditionally. This is not the, accepted, thing, but yes, this is what is the reality. So first point, if you say that yes, raising the age is good thing to do, this is my counter, that raising the age to 18, did it help? In Jharkhand, 14% of marriage, they happen below the age, and this is the study. That could be far more than this. Tribal community also included in this, right? So there are not only economic reasons, there are many other factors because of which people want to get married at earlier ages. What about the independence of the person? Should the female not be able to decide? Should she not be empowered to take a call on herself, right? So there are various points. Let us start discussing them one by one, right? So what happened was that since there was a lot of debate, the bill has been presented in the Parliamentary Standing Committee. Now, to present one of the facts to you, 56% of marriages in India, they are of the women which are in the age bracket of 18 to 21, 2011 census. It states 56% of the marriages in India are in the age bracket 18 to 21. So rest of them either fall below this bracket or above this bracket, and a sufficient number do fall below this bracket. This results in whatever you people have mentioned: increase of infant mortality rate, increase in child mortality rate, because a young mother will not be able to produce a healthy child. Her biological system is not developed enough. What about maternal mortality rate? Leave maternal mortality and child mortality. What about the physiological health of that female who gets married at a very early age? Yes, this is a question. So I'm only providing rational points, but we will also see the other perspective, and that is why we call it as a complex issue. So kindly hold your guns, hold your horses. We will discuss both the perspectives, and after that we will also go beyond, because as an administrator, as a potential administrator, we have to go beyond these debates and get into a solution framework of mind, right? Let me quickly read what you people are saying. Freedom of girls violate because parental control. Yes, Pooja says, see, we will get into this. You have discussed today for rural girl. That was my personal comment, not for UPSC. But why thinking only about terms of women as child bearer if their parents should not give nutritional food then? All right, yes. Leave this apart, leave this debate apart. This was to understand what is the level of our perception about things, and you actually fell into the trap. You are into a debate, which is what I really wanted to know, whether you get into it or you go beyond it, right? So going beyond is what we will do in this conversation, right? So while one side of the conversation is like, yes, raise the age, this will help in decreasing the maternal mortality, giving more time for the girl to get independent in education. This will also give her more time to become economically independent. She will be on her feet and at a better position to take a call. Yes, half the side says this. Half the side says that no, let us have this as 18 only. Why 18? 18 years of marriage age is what the society accepts. This provides the independence to the female. Not only that, one most critical point is that it provides the freedom of choice to that individual to marry at 18 or any age beyond 18. She can marry at 21. Who holds back? My sister got married in the age of 32. See? And this was the age given. So this gives her wider freedom. But if we bar the minimum age as 21, the marriages below the age of 21 will be treated as illegal. And we will be treating so many marriages which have happened below the 18 age will be below the age of 21 as illegal. And this is something that goes against the independence, the choice making capacity of the individual. Many of you are saying no, that when the female marries at the age of 18, her maternal health, her own personal health, her status, educational status, it does not improve very much. All right. The research says, another research done on the similar pattern, it says that females who are married off early, they are largely from the economically marginalized background. Economic status is not very high. So if the girl was not given sufficient nutrition in her adolescence when she was child, as a mother also, she will not be able to have a great nutrition ahead. So this is not about marriageable age. This is also about the background. Many of the females who married at the age of 22 or 23, logic says that if people get married at this age, it is good, right? As compared to 18, female health, maternal health, everything else. So many people who got married at this age or even farther, their background, economic background, their literacy standards in the family, that was higher. So one cannot talk about the legality of age. The question is beyond this. Question is about the family setup. Question is about the literacy setup. Question is about the finances of the family. See? अब आगे ना बात, तो इसीलिए debate हो रहा है. See, debate is happening in the parliament. It has also, the debate has also, cropped up in the social atmosphere. But are we going beyond to think about the female, welfare? Are we? If we are, then we will focus on what we are talking of, right? So, yes, when we provide logical points, yes, health of the women, higher risk of unwanted pregnancies, they definitely happen at younger age. The research was also conducted to find that if the female is married at a younger age, she will might bear more children also. Planning of the family is not carried out efficiently. Nutrition level, financial empowerment, higher education standards, they are sometimes left, they're left half done, right? She has to participate in family life. Yes, this is a logical point, right? Logical point. And if a question is asked, you should present this point. But counterpoint also will also come. It will also give more autonomy to women if the increase in age is accepted. It will end discrimination. A lot of you people have mentioned that if males have 21 marriageable age, then why not female? This is called as equality. Okay, I understand this point. So these are the points that you can put forward when you talk about the raising of the standard, of the marriage. But what about the laws, the present laws? Right now, the law says 18 for females and 21 for males, right? Personal laws are different. Personal laws are religion specific or community specific, and they speak of a different age of marriage, right? For Special Marriage Act, we have 18 and 21 as girls and boys marriage age. But we talk of personal laws, different communities have a different, age, following. So, for Hindus, the Hindu Marriage Act says 18 and 21 are the ages. But for Islam, the Sharia law is what is followed in Islam. And it says the age of puberty is the one which is considered as marriageable age. It is not fixed, but it is considered largely as 15, right? So these are personal laws, and this is where the court says, the court has said, for example, in various cases, court has given different rulings. Sometimes the court has said that the personal laws fall in the ambit of constitutional laws, constitutional provisions. But sometimes the court has also given protection to the individual, saying that yes, personal laws are also very important, right? So when the court has not accepted the personal laws on top, the court has given some kind of protection to the female, said that she must be given rehabilitation until the age of 18, and after that she can get married. So these marriages, any marriage which is for a female who is less than 18 years of age, for not considering the personal laws, any marriage which is less than the particular age which is mentioned in the law books, whether it is the special laws for religion or the Indian Marriage Act, any law, if the marriage happens below that particular age, what is the issue? The issue is just that the marriage will be treated as illegal, but it will not be treated as void. It will not be treated as void. Marriage will be made void only if the female wants it to be considered as void, because many cases female, there is eloping, the boy and girl, they elope and then they want to get married. So in those cases, marriage might be illegal, they might not get the document, but it will not be treated as void, right? So this is one thing. Only when coercion was done against the female, her rights were taken away. So in that case, there will be penal offense against the person who did this, and she will get her full rights. So this is the provision for underage marriage. Remember, illegal and void. What is the provision? It will be treated as void, but not. It will be treated as illegal, but not void. Marriage will not be made void by the government, right? So what can be the other implication of raising this age? See, if you raise the age of marriage, as I mentioned, gave the example of my own sister, she got married at the age of 32. Who held her back? Nobody held her back. It was her own choice. But if you keep the minimum age of marriage as 21, many people who want to marry, is it not their independence? It's about human rights. It's about the rights of that individual, that female. So we are being coercive towards them. नहीं कर सकते हो शादी आप जब तक इक्कीस के नहीं हो तो, ठीक है? Keep as a minimum threshold. This is one logical point. The other is restricting the rights of women. Yes, we are actually restricting their rights. And look at the state. Look at the state which is enforcing a particular age. State should not be enforcing a particular age. State should be talking of the fact that whatever age you marry, your rights will be preserved, right? This is what it should be. So the state is actually, it is not focusing on the right thing, that is, giving the right treatment to females, giving them the health benefits, giving them the education benefits. Even if she is married, she can definitely participate in education. She can definitely, her husband and the family is supportive. She can definitely get into an economic activity. Is it not a part of the mindset of the family? It is. So when we talk of female rights, we should look at not forcing a particular age. We should look at the choices, the rights of females, their own rights, what they think about it. And then yes, of course, should female not be able to take, whether she should give birth to a child at the age of 20 or 25? Yes, they should. Yes, I agree that science is the one which gives us hints, right? Similarly, why I am sharing this with you is because we discussed one similar issue, participation of females in military, females in military. Now, many of the places are not friendly. It is said that it is not very friendly for females to participate in combat activities, close combat, because they have to fight against a man, and man is physically more capable. This is what is said, right? This is not my argument. Many of the arguments are also given by Indian military. Point being here, Supreme Court said, see, this is where you should never get into this conflict of whether it should or whether it should not. Female, Supreme Court also took the same stand, and this is what military and government had to accept later, that it is the female's choice. It is an individual who should make that choice. What if that individual is PT Usha and she is far more capable in running? What if that particular female is Karnam Maleshwari? She was the bronze medal holder, I think silver medal holder in Olympics for India, and in weightlifting. She has better capability than many of the males. So it is for female to take that call. Similarly, dear friends, it is for the female to take a call. This should be one of the important stand that you should take, and we should also go beyond. Let's go beyond, a little beyond, right? There is also, if we are placing 21 as the minimum marriage age, we are also increasing the mismatches between laws. What if a girl is a Muslim girl and then she is definitely not seeking for rights? She is happy with this marriage age, but minimum age you have raised to 21. So there is a conflict between laws, and different courts have interpreted it differently inside India itself. So this is only going to further complicate the process, make the whole process complex. Now, the issue that people have raised here with this kind of, enforcing minimum age as 21 is that this is the example of punitive parentalism. If you do not marry at the minimum age of 21, then your marriage will be treated as illegal. Why? Why so? If she wants to marry at the age of 19, she has found somebody good that she wants to marry. Let her marry. Let her see when she has to, plan her family. She is the one who's to take care. So do not enforce punitive parentalism. If you do not do this, it will be treated as illegal, not agreement, right? Then, can we not take those steps, those promising strategies which have better quality of education, better quality of health standards, better access to economic opportunities? Why including the personal life when we are talking of increasing the health, education, economic opportunities domain? Should it not be available to married females also, even if they are married at the age of 18? Should it not be available to them? It should be. So when we talk of equality of treatment, then there are various other ways also we can give them equality. No, we can give them equality by giving them better services. If the marriage at 18 age was to be accepted as the minimum age, this is my first point. Why did people not follow this age as minimum age of marriage? No, people still went ahead with 16 and 15. No, they still went ahead. So point being that people might not follow the law even now. and this might become penal, right? Because many of the marriages, as I mentioned, 56% of the marriages are in the age bracket of 18 to 21. So why are we penalizing the Indian community, which is not ready for this, which are happy with marrying, which some of them are happy with marrying at an earlier age? It is fine. Treat them as those people who need education, health, and skills and economic opportunities. We should look at this. Looking at the society, it wants to marry at an earlier age, no problem. But yes, when it comes to debating, fine, you present both the perspectives. Science says this, society says this is the culture of India, but we should go beyond this, right? So we should look at the quality of education. We should not become a parent who is in the punitive form. See, poor nutrition and health of mothers. Early marriage is not the reason for poor nutrition and health of mothers. We are skipping that logic that it is possible that her background led to her poor health. Many of the females who got married early, their background, educational background, their parental background, their finances, right, their health status was not well off previously. And many females who got married later, their educational background, health and finances background was better. So this was not to do with marriageable age. It was more to do with education standards. And these can still be provided to the females who are marrying early. See? Saw that catch? So that is why this debate, because we people, we are smarter than the general public, because we are preparing for an exam which needs the solution approach, which needs an approach in which even if a person is marrying at any age, or even if they want to participate in governance, right, they should have their independence. What we should look at is the Constitution of India. And yes, I agree with you. Many of you would say, sir, this is not right to equality. Yes, I do agree. In that case, reduce the age of marriage for boys, right? The point being, this is just a general conversation I made. The point being that we should look at the Constitution not only from the perspective of one article, Article 14, we should also look at it from the perspective of Article 19. Article 14 is right to equality, but Article 19 is right to freedom. See, where have we given her the freedom when she wants to marry at the age of 19, right? So, all right, my first question was, why did you even differentiate between the age 18 and 21 in the first go, right? So, what should we do right now? See, the way forward is access to schools, colleges, skill development, right? Awareness campaigns. These should be raised so that there should be an automatic, update on what females want to do, their choice, right? This is a complex paradox for our society. So a debate like this should only be restricted to an intellectual debate. Society will follow what it has to follow. Governance has to improve the conditions in a very, very phased manner, right? So let me see if you people have got some improved ideas here, right? Let me see. Yes, right to freedom of choice of marriage. See, Article 19. So always in a conflicting position, quote from the Constitution, right? Asim says it's illegal, not void. Absolutely correct. An abortion rate will increase due to illegality. See, absolutely. Absolutely. Very well point made by Asim here is that if the females are marrying at the age of 19, right, and sometimes they, plan the family and they have a child and they have a fetus, right? The child is unborn right now. They will tend to ensure that the child, fetus is killed because the marriage has not been made legal. Legality will only happen at the age of 21. What happens to the child if they have planned a child? So, see, this is a genuine human rights concern. Give them their freedom, right? Then we have Ashish sir, in Karnataka and Haryana, such marriages are termed void by special amendments made by the state. It is not illogical that you can choose a leader for a country at the age of 18, but you can't choose your life partner. Yes, see, there is a discrepancy here. We have been reading that, no? The legal age for driving is something, the legal age for drinking is something, the legal age for marriage is something else, right? So what is this? There is a discrepancy here, but yes, this is only an intellectual debate. Do not translate it into your lives, right? The point is not to debate amongst each other. The point is to understand that we can go beyond the conversation of age and provide them the right treatment. So now quoting Article 21. Article 21 speaks of right to life and You got to type that, right? So we have to look at multiple fundamental rights there, right? Not only right to equality. All right. So Vikrant says, why restrict the marriage at 15 years then? Absolute stupid logic you are giving. Okay, Vikrant, I understand what you're saying. Yes, I understand what you're saying. Let me read somebody else. Sam says, all right, I think, please do not fall into this debate, please. Any of you. Law should be such which puts minimum limitations. Oh, my dear friends, don't get into this. Hello, guys. Hello, people. What is most important is to understand that these debates are something that one can be actually avoiding in life. This will not give us peace. If you guys are listening to me, this will not give us peace. This will not give us contentment. This will not give us the vision for approaching the civil services examination. This I can assure you of. So it's a request. We have a great community here. We should go beyond and we should look at the logic behind placing the age as, if somebody says that age of 15 should have been put, all right, listen to it. It's fine. Listen to it. People have their perspectives, but we will follow a standard practice of reason and logic. We will not get emotional in these conversations. These are debates. Please, my dear friends, are you there with me or are you into your own conversations? We should look at the reasons, and with reason perspective, we should look at the pros and cons. And after looking at these pros and cons, we should be able to take a very balanced stand, right? This is not about a particular community. This is not about a particular religion. Politicians might be playing certain, things inside the parliament, but why translate that in our lives? If we do that, one thing that, rest assured will happen, that is our track of civil service preparation, it will get, will be off track. So this is not required. Your focus should be on yourself. See, abhi to yahi issue aaya hai. Abhi when we talk about lynching, when we talk about, community and in community, worship in community areas, what will happen? Will you start fighting amongst them yourself? No, that is not the requirement. Each of you are a potential administrator. And look from the perspective that a 19-year-old girl has come to you and she wants to get married. Look at that perspective. If you are looking at a perspective, look at the perspective of providing her the rights. If you are looking at a perspective that yes, another 20-year-old girl has come to you and she says, this marriage was forced on me and I'm not happy with it. Yes, then we have to provide her the rights at the age of 20. These rights should be provided at the age of 18 also. So why are we fighting about the particular age? Let us give her the rights that she deserves, right? So, Ashish, Preeti, very good. Manvendra, very good. Chetna, Chetanshi, very good. Netra, very nice. Amlan, Sam, all you good. Good, very good. See? So, yeah. Yes, let her decide. So, please follow the principles under Article 19, Article 21, Article 14, each of them. See, we are not to be giving our personal comments. We are to be giving the logic. And I agree with most of the logic that you have provided. But the conclusion is not to take a stand here, my dear friends. The conclusion is to go beyond taking a stand and say that personal liberty should be protected. The rights that are conferred to every individual in the Constitution should be given to them, right? So this is the main thing, right? This topic is related to sociology optional as well. Absolutely. So whether it is related to optional or general studies, paper 1, paper 2, social issues, UPSC is not going to put you in these debatable conditions. But if you fall into the trap, we will create a community like that around ourselves. The conversation will be biased. This is not required, right? So it was only a test. When I asked you to discuss the points, it was only a test and the communication was directly with me. If you are conversing with each other, then and if it is a hot debate, then I think you should hold yourself responsible. We are adults. And my dear friends, this was only a test. Please understand and please take only the logical points away. So when we talk of ADEC here, ADEC, analysis, data, examples, case studies and keywords. Even if you favor that marriage age should be increased to the age of 21, your personal opinion, keep it aside. Look at the data, look at the examples and keywords of why the people are logically opposing the point and what should be the conclusion or way forward. See, somebody asked if they want to know my opinion. There is no opinion on this. I only understand that every female should get their right, whether she comes at the age of 18 to the DC or whether she goes at the age of 21 to the SP of the particular district. This is what you should be looking at, right? We should not be looking at 18 he best tha or 21 he best tha, right? Right. So with this, I would like to share with you what we have covered. What we have covered here is some data regarding the age of marriage currently in India. 56% of females at the age of 18 to 21 getting married. We also understood what are the various logic by increasing the age of marriage. Some people said it is right to equality. Some people talk about maternal mortality and female health and her education standards can improve. But on the other hand, we see the society which is inclined towards ensuring that the girl marries at a younger age. Society, either that, this is a negative of the society, but we also see that there is a perspective, there is another newer perspective around which people are debating. They are speaking of independence of the female. They are speaking that there is a background to the story because of which the girl-female nutrition is not there. So it is education, finances, it is the family background, right? There are different perspectives to it. So we have understood both the perspectives, negatives of this one. We have also understood the negatives of why 21 age should not be achieved. Right. So negative of this is, for example, one of the reason for this is, the penal treatment of the law. Right. Law not going beyond and trying to help people. See, law ideally is not to make people fight or to go against the culture. Ideally, the law is about ensuring that people get their rights. It is between the state. It is between the state and the people to provide the rights and ask for the rights. It is not about ensuring that they curtail the freedom for any individual, right? So looking at that perspective, the state should be creating more awareness, more avenues for education, literacy, health, even if the female is married or not married. This is how we should conclude, right? We should consolidate and we should ensure that there is a path which is merging for all the groups, right? So let me quickly read the comments and then we will close this. So Manvendra says, thank you sir for explaining. Vikrant says there have been studies conducted by China, right? Hence right age is all right Vikrant, understood this point, but if there is a perspective which is complementary to it, that also should be just looked at once, right? Maybe you can note down, right? So good that you people are discussing this, right? But bro, highly disagree with you. Vikrant and other people, everybody, this conversation is not about exchanging views. Surya, thank you for sharing that. It's a good discussion. But let me wind up this. This can go on for the whole night, right? Let me quickly make you understand that this is not about exchanging views, personal views. This is about providing points from both the sides of the story and then concluding with a wisdom of an administrator, a wisdom of a person who can see beyond and try to help each and everybody, right? So this was like a test for each of you, and I hope that we all are able to present the best perspective for the for the examiner to read. Also when they read our opinion, they should be like, yes, they have an approach and they are inclusive in approach. This is what is required, my dear friends, through this, right? If we look at the question for today, the question for today is, the age of marriage for women is critical matter of Indian society, discussed in the context of the bill on increasing the age of marriage of women. So if you keep favoring the increase in age, where is the discussion? You have to talk about the increase in age and the impacts of that, what are the issues with this, and then conclude going beyond, right? Please do that. My dear friends, you people are putting efforts, right? So we are going to talk only in the sense that it is practically doable in society, right? Hope you found this discussion good, right? It was heated for many of you. It was, see, I felt the heat, but I am still smiling with you, right? So I will see you guys tomorrow evening. It was a nice discussion, went a little more than required, but great that you people were there. Align yourselves again, right? Don't get carried away. Don't get carried away by the conversations happening, right? So Vikrant, we will hope to have you in the coming conversations also. It's great to provide and get an insight, you know, a multi-dimensional perspective. But what is required is to consolidate each of them and then move ahead, right? So great. It was a test. And if you people have aligned yourself, घर का भूला, दिन का भूला, शाम को आ गया, तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तो debates में नहीं पढ़ने का है, right? We have to only look at the academic perspective of it, how we are going to ensure that, you know, every community is also preserved, their sanctity is preserved, and yeah, this is how. So thank you, Tiyasha. Thank you for respecting my opinion and the opinion that the, you know, Current Affairs Gazette has provided. Thank you, Netra. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Amlan. Thank you, Vikrant. Thank you, Babani. Thank you, Amlan. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you, Preeti. Thank you, Surya. Thank you, all of you. It was a great conversation. Nadri. Good night, everybody. I will see you tomorrow in the evening at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Ashish. And that is for the current affairs discussion. And for the feature news, we will meet again at 6:45. All right. So good night to all of you. Nandri.